What's good, family? I hope y'all are having a very, very beautiful day today. And today I have a very special video. I have something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. The name of this video is going to be the key to escaping the matrix slash reprogramming yourself. Now, to me, the matrix is the system that we live in. It's the typical go to work all day, you come home, you eat, you sleep, go back to work the next day. To me, that life isn't something that I aspire to live. I don't feel like it's cut out for me, so I chose a different path for myself. I didn't go the traditional route and going to college. I chose to learn a trade and work on building myself a brand using social media. Now, the fundamental part of escaping the matrix to me is based upon the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is something that's very trendy. It's something you may have heard a lot of different things about. Now, this is my perspective of the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is based upon one simple philosophy, which is the law of correspondence, which comes from ancient Egyptian slash ancient Kemetic tradition. It was in a book that is called Kybalion. It's a philosophy book. I'll try to leave the link in the description if I remember. Now, the fundamental way that it works is essentially that positive thoughts manifest and negative thoughts manifest. It's a little moniker that's very easy to think about it in. It is as above, so below, as below, so above. So essentially the way that it works is that the more positive thoughts that you think, the more positive you will act in turn, and the more likely it is that you will receive positive things. It's sort of like you attract what you are. And vice versa, it works the same way. The more negative thoughts that you have, the more negative actions that you will end up doing, which will attract more negative things to you. It's essentially karma. It's the same type of idea. Now, this is very important. It is a way that, a lot of people who are very successful say that they follow, and it is something that has helped them to really reprogram the way that they think and go about things and how they really plan out the things and the projects that they want to do. What also goes along with this to me is the idea of self-sufficiency, especially when it comes to the whole idea of escaping the matrix, because the more reliant you are on other entities, then the less chance that it is that you can truly escape the matrix. As long as you're reliant on other sources of people to provide you with things like food, water, and resources slash income in order to obtain said food and water, then the less likely it is that you will be able to escape the matrix. You really can't escape the matrix. There's no escaping it if you're reliant on other things. And it's also a very bad thing in terms of taking care of yourself, your loved ones, and your family. To me, I want to be the person that is able to solidify my family and have the resources and the means to be able to take care of them if, push come to shove, everything goes up in flames and it's just like every man for themselves, that everybody got to take care of themselves. I don't want to have myself and my loved ones have to struggle through that. So that's part of the reason why I think self-sufficiency is very important. Another reason that self-sufficiency is important is because it allows you to have full control of your thoughts and your time. So to me, the biggest thing that traps people in the matrix, it isn't really materialistic things like money, cars, clothes, shoes, all this other flashy type of stuff. Is really just the lack of control over where your time goes. Now, time is the most important resource in the world. It is the only resource that you will never get back. It is the only truly is the only thing that we can really quantify as humans, because we all know that we're all pretty much on a timetable. All of us are going to pass on one day to the afterlife or whatever it is that you may believe in. So everything that you have to experience on the earthly plane, it is limited. It is not guaranteed that you even have tomorrow, which is why it's really important to do things like live in the moment, take care of your health and all these other different things. Another key to escaping the matrix, speaking of health, is to take care of yourself. Now, you don't have to be a person who goes to the gym every single day, lift 500 pounds every single day and get some type of godly body. Like, that's not really necessary for you to have a good life and to escape the matrix. The only thing that you really have to do is have good enough health to where you feel good waking up every day, and you have enough energy in order to take care of the things that you need to take care of, and also do the things that you may want to do in addition to that, so you can build yourself on the side. So if you do decide to go the traditional 9 to 5 path, it's not like just because you go the 9 to 5 path you're going to be stuck in a matrix. It's still a lot of different ways in order to get to where you want to go. My way of getting to where I want to go is just a little bit different from, let's say, my parents. My parents, well, my mother in particular, she's worked pretty much a 9 to 5 her whole life after going to school, and her way of supporting herself was just to do that. My way of doing it, I never really looked at college as something that's a very good investment for myself in particular. So I decided to learn skills like trades from my father, actually, and this has allowed me to learn different types of things. So if I really do have to like take care of myself, or if I had to go completely off the grid or something like that, then I would be good. I wouldn't have to rely on anybody else to come and service me and do these different types of things that I'm learning to do for myself. And it also saves me money as I get older and build my family, because I don't have to spend my resources and money to give to other people in order to do things that I know how to do for myself now. Now, I lost my train of thought. Another reason that, oh right, it's a lot of different ways to be successful in this world and escape the matrix and get time freedom, which is what I would consider to be escaping the matrix, is to get freedom of your time. Now, you can go the traditional 9 to 5 route, like I was saying before, and you can take that money, you can invest that money, and over time, as your investments make money, you can invest that money, and eventually you could completely leave your 9 to 5 job, and you could just live off of your investments and your passive income, and you could really do whatever it is that you want to do in this world. You don't have to be a slave and be on call to anybody to do whatever things that you may or may not be obligated to do. You have full control of yourself. Now, if that's not in the cards for you and you feel like you want to do it sooner rather than later, you could go down the road of building your own business. Now, people who build their own businesses, a lot of businesses fizzle out within the first 5 years, like over 90%, if I'm not mistaken. So that right there is a very volatile path for people to choose, which is why not many end up doing it or continuing on with it. But it is one of the most rewarding ones, which means that it is one of the ones that requires the most sacrifice. Now, if you're going to build your own business, you got to sacrifice something, whether it be relationships, whether it be time, whether it be some of your health. It's a lot of different things that you have to sacrifice, especially if you're a person who wastes a lot of time. Like if you just constantly watching TV shows or just playing video games or just doing things like without a purpose. Like, as long as you're doing something with intention and with a purpose, I wouldn't consider that to be wasting time. So if you're intentionally watching TV in order to relax and you really don't have any other obligations that you have to get to, I wouldn't say that that's wasting time. Some people may say that it is. I wouldn't say that personally. Now, if building a business isn't for you and you still wanted to go to traditional 9 to 5, you could even do that for a little bit, and you could have businesses on the side that you kind of work in and invest in order to get a few more immediate returns, and you can still get to your little way of escaping the matrix through that route too. It's a lot of different routes to escape the matrix. Now, the biggest thing that is necessary for one to be able to do so is to retrain your brain. That is the most important thing that you can do, because your brain determines the way that you really think about life. It creates your reality. You create your own reality. But the way to really retrain your brain is you have to change how you feel about things. You can't ever change someone's mind about something without changing how they feel about the certain situation. So if you can really open your heart and really just think about what it is that you want to do, and you work it out about how you want to get there, you can use that to retrain your brain and create new habits, which will put you into properly utilizing the law of attraction. Because if you have a new way of doing something, you feel like it's working for you, you'll start to feel better, you'll think better, you'll act better, and you will attract better. So that is all that I have for this video. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. I hope that I was able to help at least somebody out today. And I'm out. Peace.